Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Just finished watching the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. And let me just make sure, let's do a little sound check and make sure we're A-okay. Oh, we're A-okay, that's for sure. Just finished watching the Excellent. So, and we have the original Grognard in the chat. Good friend of the channel. How you doing, buddy? So I watched the fight, and I was on Twitter tweeting away, and I get it. I picked Deontay Wilder. Do I think he won the fight? No. But here's the issue with Tyson Fury. I had him winning, and I do my own scoring the way I do it. You win the round, you get 1 point. If it's a knockdown, you get 1 point plus an extra point for the knockdown. So I had Tyson Fury winning 8 rounds to 4 plus 2 extra points for the knockdown for Deontay Wilder. So I had it 8-6. Now I started thinking about it as I'm tweeting away with people who don't reply back. And they're cool tweeters. I mean, they're bigger channels or tweeters, whatever you want to call it. And I get it. They're blinded by they wanted Tyson Fury to win. And I'm going to be honest with you. I picked Deontay Wilder. It was a draw. I thought Tyson Fury won the fight. What killed Tyson Fury, we're going to make it short and sweet, he got knocked down twice. Those are 10-8 rounds, okay? Which everyone who knows boxing, you guys know that. I get that. Now, he won one other round, and I gave Wilder another round. It was kind of close, and I was like, and I gave it to Wilder. Again, I had Fury winning 8 rounds to 4, plus 2 extra points for the knockdown for 2 knockdowns for Deontay Wilder. So I had it 8-6 in my way I score fights. So I had him winning. Going back and forth. Yeah, hello, bro. How you doing? Hello, bro. Says Fury lost 100%, got his butt knocked down twice. Wilder got knocked down 0. And that's, again, I picked Wilder to win the fight. I watched the fight. I thought Fury won a close fight. But logic dictates he did get knocked down twice. He got knocked down twice. And he had to be more active. I mean, it's going to say he threw more punches and landed more punches. I get that. I can read punch stat numbers too. He needed to follow up with more 1-2 combinations. When Wilder actually did turn the fight, he started throwing his left hook a bit. That being said, if they fight a rematch, I don't know how much more Wilder can improve. I like Deontay Wilder. I like that he has a big punch. I thought he had knocked, when he nailed Fury in the 12th round, how Fury got up, I don't know. God bless him. It was an entertaining fight. God bless both fighters. They're going to make, I'm assuming they'll fight a rematch. They'll make a lot of money in the rematch. Good for them. If I was training Deontay Wilder, I'd have him concentrate more on the body. Forget about throwing to the head. The head doesn't, I mean, the body doesn't move like the head. And I teach him feint with that right hand and come with that left hook. Dig that left hook to the body and up to the head. Because when he started throwing the left hook, the few times he caught him, it gave Fury something to think about. If I'm in Tyson Fury's corner, they gave him good advice. Don't get me wrong. First part of the fight, they're saying be patient, don't get greedy. Second half of the fight, again, he landed more punches. I'm not denying that. He needed to pick up the pace where he's throwing combinations. And I get it. He needed to throw more combinations. The 2 knockdowns, as hello, bro, says that cost him the fight. So one judge gives it Fury, one judge gives it Deontay Wilder, and then another one had it even. Now I had it 8-6 in points. In rounds, I had it 8-4 for Fury. But the 2 knockdowns are extra points. It's just the way I score fights. That way you're not, 10 points this, 10 points that. It's easy enough for me. So now I'm thinking, as I was tweeting, when you can, not that you want to see my tweets, there was bigger channels I was tweeting to because they're saying, oh, it's boxing. We've all watched this happen. 2 knockdowns are huge. Okay. If I'm Anthony Joshua, they should. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to fight a rematch? Hello, bro. Says Wilder had so many. Yeah, yep. Good point. Good point again. That's what killed. See, Wilder, and I like him, but he's very amateurish. He's not polished, but my God, he can hit. They need to teach him. They need to discipline him a little more because he tries hard. He trains hard. In fact, he came in 212. Was it 212? And Fury was 256. And Fury had dropped down from 400 pounds. And again, he always looks a little pudgy, but he was in great shape. Both fighters gave it their all. I like both guys. There's nothing to do about that. The decision is the decision. The 2 knockdowns are killers. As Trucker Andy says, 2 knockdowns are big, but Fury made Wilder look like an amateur. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with any points made. I'm giving you, when I watch a fight, I start thinking, how are these 3 blind mice possibly going to score this fight? The greatest is Fury won the fight. Most people might think that, and I'm not disagreeing. Again, I picked Deontay Wilder. It was a draw. I had Fury winning. If you just joined us, I score. You win a round, you get 1 point. A knockdown, you get an extra point. So in rounds, I had an 8-4 Fury. With the 2 knockdowns, I had an 8-6 Fury. And then if you give a close round, again, I started saying, if you give a close round the other way, and we've all seen this in boxing. And thank you, everyone who's joined us. Myself, the original Grognard, Sly, the Tank. Thank you. Hello, bro, and Trucker Andy, and the greatest. I still think Tyson Fury needed to throw. And again, I get it. There'll be other channels or other people. Oh, he threw enough punches. I'm not denying he threw more punches and didn't land, and he landed more punches. I'm just saying I'm watching the fight, and as he got the second half of the fight, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think he really picked up the pace? I thought he just kept doing the same thing. He never put. First half of the fight, his corner gave him great advice. Don't get greedy. Do what you do. Do what you do. He never really worked the body, and that's not really his thing. You work the body, you're going to stay in the pocket too long. But I thought he could work the body because Deontay Wilder, right, doesn't fight on the inside. He's going to wing punches. And we have SRP, Sports, Religion, Politics. Oh, boy. How are you, my friend? He says, Fury won 9 out of 12 rounds. Not disagreeing with you. I had an 8-4 for Fury. Again, I give 1 point if you just joined us. Thank you for joining us. If you just join us, the way I score a fight, you win the round, you get a point. You get a knockdown, you get an extra point. So I have 8-4 for Fury plus 2 knockdowns for Wilder. I added 8-6. So if you give a close round, and I have to be honest, I picked Deontay Wilder. There's the fourth round. I don't remember which round. It was iffy, and I gave it to him. And then I started to think about it, but since I wrote it down, I was like, okay, I'll keep it that way. I don't want to change my mind. I think they'll fight a rematch. It was an entertaining fight. I enjoyed it. Hope everyone else did. I mean, if you're a Fury fan, you're not happy with the decision. I don't think Deontay Wilder. You could see him at the end. He knew he let opportunity slip, and they got to really work on just polishing him up. I mean, there's not too much you can. He's got to shorten his punches up. He's got to dig to the body more, and he's got to feint with the right hand. Fury's a very good boxer. I don't care what anyone says. He's an extremely good boxer. And when things change just a little bit for Wilder, he's threw the left hook a little more. Let's go to the chat real quick. Hello, bro says, it's insane how Fury came back from being a drug addict, being over 400 pounds, and then turned his life around and fought with Wilder and Ty. Yeah, it's incredible. Hats off to him. I like both fighters. I've always liked Tyson Fury. He says some things that unnerve people, but hey, people can speak their mind. Daniel says, great fight, bad call. The judges, Fury won the fight. But let's just be honest with one another. Let's just not think logically. Let's think as a boxing judge. You have to suspend logic. Again, I had Fury winning. If you just joined us, I picked Deontay Wilder. I was on another long time ago. What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub, great boxing channel. Check that out. And I kept waiting to see if he was going to go live. And when he didn't, I don't know if he went live now, but I decided to do my own, as I love boxing, big boxing fan. You should do a lot more live things on boxing. Probably going to get back to it. Again, 8-4 plus 2 points, so my scoring 8-6. I'm thinking, my God, you give another round the other way, you got a split decision draw here. What are your thoughts? You guys think in the chat, the people who thought Tyson Fury won, would you have liked to see him picked up the pace a little more in the second half? And there are times he did it. I'm not, again, the punch stat numbers are going to show he landed more punches than Wilder. He's a stunning defensive fighter. He did get tagged twice, though, and go down, and that's huge. That is huge. But tremendous fortitude. He got up, especially in the 12th round. I thought he was done. I mean, boom, and he goes down in his head, and he just, God bless him. God bless both these guys. It was an entertaining fight. What would you do if regardless if you're a Fury fan or a Deontay Wilder fan, what would you have each fighter do in the rematch if there is a rematch? And then I guess we'll discuss. Again, thank you for everyone jumping in and talking a little bit boxing with the fight. And share your thoughts. I'm going to go through it. Pretty much everyone had Fury winning. I'm assuming you're all Fury fans, which is fine. But what would you have? We'll start with Fury. What would you have? What would you had him have done differently? I would have liked to see him just pick up the pace a little more in the second half of the fight. By that I mean I'm not saying he fought a brilliant tactical fight, but I wanted to see a little more 1-2, 1-2, right? And then Deontay Wilder does not fight on the inside. I thought he was going to actually try to. If you remember the Cunningham fight, the blown up cruiserweight, and Cunningham dropped him. That's why I thought Deontay Wilder was going to have a good shot at winning this fight. Cunningham, a cruiserweight who stepped up in weight when he fought at Madison Square Garden. But what Fury did beautifully in that fight, and I'm just using that as a comparison. Obviously, Deontay Wilder is a lot better than Cunningham. What Fury did beautifully in that fight was he just wore him down with his bigger body. And I thought he did a little bit of it. I thought, and again, Wilder were back to the ropes. He wanted Fury to come to him and try to catch him with the right hand. I get that too. But I thought there were times that if Fury could have got on the inside and just kind of rough him up a bit, and he did to some occasions. Let's go to the chat real quick. Hello, bro says it might have been Fury's wins if it wasn't for the knockdowns from. Oh, absolutely, knockdowns killed him. If you look, the even scorecard was 113-113. I brought that. Let me just look at that real quick on ESPN. So one judge had it 115-111 Wilder. Again, I had Fury winning, and then they had it 114-112 Fury. See, I can see that. I can see that one. And then one judge had it even 113-113 split decision draw. So. What can you do? They're going to fight a rematch, hopefully. Hello, JD. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining us. Check out that great channel. Also, check out the original Grognard if you like military strategy. And What's Blazing in Sports, T-Dub for all boxing chat. So let's go back to the chat here. Fury got up like the T-1000 in Terminator. Yes, he did. Sports, religion, politics says Jesus clearly is the real truth because Fury died and was resurrected by his. He says that, yeah. I mean, again, look where he came from, the abyss. Drug problems, alcohol problems, depression, and he was over 400 pounds. So hats off to. I've always liked Tyson Fury. I think he might say things that annoy people at times because those are his beliefs, but I don't think he's mean spirited. I really don't. He is a tough son of a gun. Thank you. Hello, bro. He says, I'm heading to bed. Great sharing my thoughts. Drop a sub. Appreciate that. And sleep good, my friend. Tyson Fury. I just thought if he just threw a few more two-punch combinations, and if he could have roughed Wilder up a little more on the inside and dig to the body more. Wilder was just relying on a big right hand. They have to teach him to shorten up his punches. There were times he was wide open, and I thought Fury, you could see it in his eyes, like maybe I should, like he would move. Fury's excellent boxer. I mean, again, beautiful boxer. He would move, but he should come right back in. Now he did it once in a while. Instead of doing the exterior and all that, after you did this and this, boom, boom. Right? Maybe a boom, boom, and a hook to the body, push him away. Right? That's all I'm saying. The first half of the fight, his corner gave him great advice. Don't get greedy. You know, Billy Conn, Joe Louis, don't get greedy. You had the fight won, Billy. And the great Joe Louis, boom, hit him, knocked him out in the 13th. You know, way back when. Check out that fight. It's on YouTube. Joe Louis, the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest boxer. One of the greatest boxers. Big Joe Louis fan. So hello, Moni G. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. So those are my thoughts on the fight. It was entertaining. I think people, besides the decision, we're not going to get angry about the decision. I mean, it's boxing. Again, if people want to look at my tweets to see I'm not BSing you, there are people thinking, oh, Fury's got this in the bank. I said by the 7th round, I said he needs to pick up the pace because I'm thinking to myself, my God, if they gave 2 rounds of the first 6 to Deontay Wilder, which is a possibility, they could have gave him 3 rounds, which means it was even. That's all the way I was thinking. That's not the way I scored it. I'm just saying the way the judges. You know, I was trying to think the way the 3 blind mice think at times. So, I just think if I'm Tyson Fury, SRP says, I'm officially a fan of both guys, amazing fighters regardless of era. Oh, I love Joe Louis. I love Billy Conn. I love all the old school boxers. I got a heavyweight tournament going on my channel using Title Belt Boxing where I just do my audio call. You know, I show you the text and the little guys hitting each other, but it's a radio call. It's lots of fun. Again, when it got to the 6th round, after the 6th, I'm saying he's got to pick up the pace. I'm just thinking along the way. I've seen so many fights. I seen Dave Tabari beat James Toney. Again, if they fought 10 times, if you don't know, James Toney would have beaten Dave Tabari 9 out of 10. But on afternoon on ABC Wild World of Sports, Dave Tabari beat James Toney, and I watched him get screwed out of a decision. Okay, so we've all seen it as boxing fans. And again, 2 knockdowns is a killer. Think about it. The 2 knockdowns are 2 extra points. So again, if you give a close round, if a judge gives a close round the other way, you could see this decision. I'm not agreeing with the decision. I had the first Canelo Alvarez Triple G fight a draw. I called it a draw. I did the show. I did a live call, audio call, no video, and I called it a draw. I was so pissed off at the first fight, I didn't order the second fight because the first fight, in my opinion, sucked. So anyway, but back to the Wilder and Fury fight. What would you have had them done differently for each fighter? Wilder, he's got to learn, stop headhunting. This is the best fighter he's faced, Tyson Fury, no doubt about it. Ortiz was okay, but Ortiz is there to be hit. Again, they gave him a cream puff to fight tonight. The guy from, was it Pennsylvania? The guy was off, he stood up, he almost went 10 rounds. He didn't throw any punches. They gave him a human punching bag. I get it. You know, they're trying to set up a fight with, I don't know, AJ or a rematch with Deontay Wilder. But so Wilder, the 2 best fighters he faced, Ortiz, and he knocked him out. Again, I'm a Wilder fan. And Tyson Fury, I always thought Fury could give him a lot of trouble just because he's so big and he can box. I thought Fury would rough him up a little more on the inside. And I get it, they want him to stay on the outside, but if you've watched Deontay Wilder fight, he does not fight on the inside. I'm not saying he won't win punches on the inside, but a good fighter, you stay in tight. He's throwing his punches like this. Deontay Wilder is extremely amateurish and wide puncher. So if someone's throwing their punches like this and like this, you go like this and you like that, right? I know it's easier said than done, but we're talking about Tyson Fury, a master boxer. Now his chin, he's tough. He goes down, he gets up. You go back to the Cunningham fight when Fury, okay, when Fury got knocked down at Madison Square Garden, he came back to stop Cunningham, the blown up cruiserweight. But that's why I picked Wilder in the fight. I just went back to that fight. I go, and I've seen Fury get hurt. What is it, Furfa? That guy Furfa. He fought both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and they actually mentioned it. He hurt both those guys, but I think it was the overhand rights. He hurt him with both. Yes, the fight was today, Gino. It was a draw. Well, it was yesterday actually, which went into today. So, I thought Fury needed to pick it up in the second half of the fight. Again, you're going to look at the punch stat numbers. He landed more. I get that. Again, let's think the way judges think. Let's think the way boxing officials think. They don't think like you and I. And also, don't think you got to just put aside your passion for either fighter. I've told you over and over again on this broadcast, I picked Deontay Wilder to win. Did I think he won the fight? No. Did I think it was a draw? No. Did I call it a draw on Twitter? Yes. I actually thought they were going to hose Tyson Fury even worse. I thought it was going to be a split decision, and either a split draw or a split decision for Deontay Wilder. And then when the second knockdown came, this is before the second knockdown, the 12th, with, again, all credit to Tyson Fury. My God, I thought he was out. And he got up. And again, Tyson Fury coming back from drug addiction, alcohol addiction, depression, overweight. He was over 400 pounds. So to get down to 256 and fight 12 rounds and move throughout those 12 rounds, it's incredible. I'd like to see him get down a little more in weight, but he's never been. I mean, I would have liked to see him get 245. I honestly think Deontay Wilder comes in very light for fights, but if he's comfortable at 212, I like to see him about 220. But again, if he's comfortable at 212, he's strong and he punches hard. You know, if he hits you, he's going to hurt you. He's going to possibly knock you down. A lesser fighter would have been KO'd in the 12. My God, he nailed him. And you can see when Fury went down, boom, he hit his head. You know, I didn't think he was getting up, and he did. It's incredible. It was incredible. I don't agree with the draw. I thought Fury, again, the way I score a fight, you win the round, I give you a point. If you get a knockdown while winning a round, you get 2 points. So I had it round-wise 8-4 for Fury plus 2 extra points for Wilder when he scored the knockdown. So I had it 8-6 for Fury. The knockdowns are huge. You can't just discount them. And there is, you know, was it the fourth round, I think everyone gave to Wilder, I think. Some people, I did. And it was the closest round. And then you sit there and you go, again, after the first half of the fight, I kept thinking, my God, I have it 4 rounds to 2. Now, if someone gives another round, 3 rounds to 3, you got to pick up the pace in the second half of the fight. He needed to move from 2 punch combinations to 3 punch combinations, and he should have dug to the body a little bit. He should have, and when he had, and again, stayed Wilder back to the ropes because he was trying, in my opinion, to lure Fury in to hit him with a counter right. Because everything, when it changed the pace a little bit, he started throwing the left hook a bit, and Fury had something to think about. They prepared for the right hand, even though he got hit twice and went down with it. But there are times when I thought, maybe, just maybe, right? If Fury might not hit as hard as Wilder, but he hits pretty good, and he's a physically strong guy. I thought he was going to try to rough him up a little more on the inside. They stayed on the outside. They said, you know, his corner, if you remember, I want to say it was the third round, fourth round. They said, don't get greedy, be patient. That was good for the first half of the fight. He had to pick up the pace in the second half, Fury. And again, the punch stat numbers, we can all read it. I get it. He landed more punches. He got hit with less punches. I understand that. I thought he won the fight. I picked Deontay Wilder. I thought Fury won the fight. My point is, think as a boxing official judging the fight. You know the way they think. You've seen fight after fight after fight. You know, who's the biggest loser in this? Anthony Joshua, maybe, because now maybe they fight a rematch, Fury and Deontay Wilder, and if they're smart, they go to the UK to fight it, and they fight in Wembley. And they pack, instead of 17,000 people, they'll have 50,000 people or more in Wembley or one of the bigger, another soccer venue. Right? Anthony Joshua, they should have made the fight with Deontay Wilder. It was a mega fight. Anthony Joshua, the Anthony Joshua is a more polished version of Deontay Wilder, but and a bigger, physically bigger when it comes to weight and muscle mass. Fury gives them both trouble. Now, Could Joshua knock out either Deontay Wilder or Fury? Yeah, he's a big guy. He hits hard. But could Deontay Wilder knock out Anthony Joshua? Yes, he could. That's why it makes for an interesting fight. That's why people want to see that fight. You know, I think they should fight a rematch. I think it was entertaining. If I'm in Tyson Fury's corner, see, he can improve more. He can improve. He can be even better, Tyson Fury, than he was in this fight. That being said, I thought he won. If you just joined us, that being also said, I picked Deontay Wilder way back when on What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub, another fine YouTube channel that discusses all boxing all the time. There's not much you can do with Deontay Wilder. He's winging his punches. They have to try to teach him to shorten up his punches and dig the body a little more. Again, he's a tough guy, Deontay Wilder. I like him. I like both these fighters. I like to see either one of them get a crack at Anthony Joshua. I don't dislike Anthony Joshua either. This was the toughest fighter Deontay Wilder fought, and he dropped him twice. Rounds-wise, I had an 8-4 for Fury. Again, if you just join us, when I score a fight, I give 1 point to the winner of the round. And if there's a knockdown, I give an extra point. So when it comes to the points, I had it 8-6 for Fury. Because Wilder scored 2 knockdowns, those are 2 extra points. I don't know what Wilder can do different. I really don't know. He's got to shorten up his punch. He cannot. He's very and we have discussed this with T-Dub on What's Blazing in Sports. Very amateurish, backing up straight up. You know, and his punches again, they come very wide, short and straight beats you. Had Tyson Fury been the second half of the fight just been more active. Instead, again, when he would make a miss, right? You know, he'd roll. Beautiful. He'd roll, right? Instead of rolling that 3 extra times, roll, ba-ba-boom. Push him back. You know? He likes his defense so much. He gets really cute with the defense. Let your hands go a few more times in those. Because when you're rolling, right? You're rolling, and now the guy's still throwing wide. Now you come inside. Not only do you catch him with your power, but he's giving you power because he's coming towards you. Sometimes I think they're going to look back, and Tyson Fury got a little too cute with his defense. That being said, he got dropped twice because Deontay Wilder's just a tremendous puncher. So I think if there's a rematch, Fury, they're going to look at this, and Fury had to be more active in the second half of the fight. Punch that numbers. I know he outpunched him. I know he outlanded him. Think as a boxing official. I repeat it, rinse and repeat over and over again because get it through your head. Boxing officials don't think like normal human beings. How many bad decisions have you seen in boxing? And he did get dropped twice. And that had he not got dropped in the second knockdown, killed him in the 12th round. If he doesn't get dropped in the 12th, he wins the fight by split decision on the scorecards. The 113 is no longer 113. It will be 113-112 Fury. Right? He doesn't get the extra point. I have not seen the rounds break out. I'm just assuming because I'm assuming the 113 judge gave a 10-8 round for the knockdown to Deontay Wilder. The knockdown killed him. Disregard how close the decision, split decision, all that. Had he knocked down in the 12th, he wins. He defeats Deontay Wilder, split decision. Again, Twitter, tweeting to people who were tweeting. I called it a split decision way before the fight was over. I said Tyson Fury is going to get robbed. I just was watching the way the fight was going, the momentum. That being said, I'm not saying Fury in my eyes was losing. I'm just watching, and I'm like, how are these guys going to judge this? Fury needed to be, and I get it, he was more active, but he had to be more active with 3-punch combinations because he's doing this, and this on the ropes, right? And he's not getting hit a lot. I understand that, but think of the judges. Now, had he done this, and this on the ropes, imagine if he didn't do this the third time and he just went boom, boom, and he pushes the guy back. Right? He had to be slightly more offensively aggressive. Not a lot. Just he didn't. To me, he never picked up the pace in the second half of the fight. He didn't pick up the pace the last 3 rounds of the fight. He fought back. He got hurt. That was incredible in the 12th round. He came back. But again, if you're a Fury fan, the 12th round knockdown cost you the fight. Cost him the fight. He knows this. He knows this. They're going to look at that film. He goes down in the 12th. If he doesn't go down in the 12th, he wins the split decision. It's not a split decision draw. It's not one judge for Fury, one judge for Wilder, and one judge even. It's 2 judges for Fury. Now, granted, you'd be a 1 point on one judge scorecard, but a win's a win. And then 1 for Wilder. You got to just put aside your partisanship for either fighter when you're thinking about scoring a fight and the logic of it. When it comes to a boxing official scoring it, they think differently. The 2 knockdowns are killer. The second in the 12th, had he just stayed away in the 12th, that's, and I didn't agree with that. I mean, if he did that, because I'm watching the fight going, man, he needs the 12th. I just had a feeling. You're watching it because he was landing 1 and 2s, and then he'd move away and he'd put his hands down and he'd do this. And, that works for like one guy, Muhammad Ali. And that being said, Tyson Fury's never lost. I had the feeling. He should have he's a much bigger man. Deontay Wilder doesn't fight on the inside. He doesn't. I've watched him fight. I like Deontay Wilder. I picked him. He doesn't. He's going to load up and throw the right hand. He is like Rocky Marciano, that he can knock you out at any freaking time. That right hand he hit him with in the 12th, that I thought he had knocked him out. Not many heavyweights do that throughout history. Not many boxers do that throughout history. John Tate, Mike Weaver, just an example, not comparing Weaver to Deontay Wilder. John Tate won 13 out of 14 rounds, 13 out of 11 out of 13 rounds. Boom, done. 30 seconds left in the 15th round. Would have been interesting if this had been a 15-round championship fight. I don't think they'll ever go back to that, but that would have been interesting. Dog Show is in the chat. How you doing? Check out that great channel. All things entertainment, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and all other things. Artful Gamer, yes, I did. That's kind of. I mean, hey, that's his shtick. He comes in with those weird. I don't know. I thought it reminded me of something out of Lord of the Rings. I thought of the Treebeard. That's what I was thinking of when I saw that costume. That's a good point, Artful Gamer. It was funny. I mean, that's his shtick, though. He likes to do that. So nice, but he likes to do it. God bless him. But I think Fury, they're going to go back and they're going to look. Statue of Liberty. That's what that was? Oh, yeah, it kind of makes sense. But he had a beard. Oh, no, he had the cover. He always comes in with that, like, mask. I was thinking Treebeard. I don't know why I thought of that. Lord of the Rings. That's the first thing that popped in my head. But the Artful Gamer, this is Statue of Liberty. So I just think, I know I keep saying it. I was tweeting during the fight. You got to pick up the pace. I'm not saying he didn't win the fight. I had Fury winning the fight by rounds 8-4. Then I give 2 extra points for the 2 knockdowns, so I added 8-6 in points. Again, if you just join us, I score a fight, you win a round, you get 1 point. You win a round with a knockdown, you get an extra point. So 8-6. Even with the knockdowns, I had Fury winning. But with that, right, you go 1 round the other way, it's even. Or 2, the knockdown in the 12th killed him. It's the math. Had he not gone down in the 12th, Tyson Fury wins a split decision. Now, whether you think he should have won a unanimous decision, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just giving you the way the judges scored it. And he should have picked up the pace. Again, his corner in the first half of the fight said, don't get greedy. Take what take what he gave you. 1-2, 1-2, slip slide, do all that stuff. Need to pick up the pace in the second half. Punch stat numbers, again, I get it. He landed a lot more punches, but see the result. See the result of the judges. Don't think like we think. I think even Deontay Wilder fans know he didn't win this fight, but he fought a heck of a fight when it comes to his power. He's a tremendous power puncher. He's got to learn to shorten up his punches when it goes to Wilder, right? He can't, again, I go back to, you throw your punches like this. The guy who throws his punches like this beats you 85% of the time when it comes with the punch. But what Wilder has is the great equalizer. The boom, you go home. Boom, you lose consciousness. Boom, he scrambles your brains. He just ran into the guy who unscrambled his brain and got back up. Let's go to the chat here. All the fight done was take AJ fighting in America away. Why did AJ not take the $80 million fight with Wilder a few months ago? Did AJ see this poop happening? I'm going to give you a really quick boxing story. When someone offers you $80 million, if that was the deal, we heard all different kind of numbers, you take the $80 million and you fight regardless where it is. Tommy Morrison has passed away. White heavyweight. Was in the Rocky movie, in case you don't know who Tommy Morrison was. Good fighter, big puncher, left hook. They offered him, he had won the WBO title when it was in its infancy. I think maybe he was like the third WBO champion. Damiani was the first. Damiani was the first. Then he relinquished. No, he won it later. I'm sorry, because he would lose to Ray Mercer. Anyway, so he's going to fight Lennox. He had a portion of a title, though. God, I think it was a WBO title. And Lennox Lewis's people and promoters, they offered Tommy Morrison $25 million. A lot of money back then. A lot of money now, $25 million. They offered him $25 million to go to England to fight him. And his people balked at it. Not so much the money, but they didn't want to go to England. Or they wanted a little more money to go to England. And I'm thinking to myself, Tommy, you don't have the greatest beard, my friend. I've watched you fight, not the greatest chin. You got a big left hook, and if you wind up and hit someone, no matter who it is, you're going to hurt them. Whether you're going to win or not, I don't know. Dog show, WO when he won from Foreman. Yes, and I think that was later on. So when he was going to fight Lennox Lewis, thank you, dog. I still think he had a minor title, but maybe not. Anyway, he was going to go to England. They were trying to set the fight. It was supposed to be fight. I think it was going to be in a soccer stadium. Lennox Lewis, huge draw, obviously. Very easy to promote that fight, the sellout standard. And Lewis and his people must have been licking their chops because they think they can beat Tommy Morrison, and later on they did quite handily. But my point is, when it comes to the money, as the Artful Gamer says, $80 million. When you're a fighter and they offer you $80 million, regardless A fighter, B fighter, both fighters, you take that stuff. You take that fight. Tommy Morrison didn't want to go to England. We'll fight in the fall in Vegas, and we'll fight for $50 million because I'm going to win I'm going to win this tune-up, and I'm going to blitz this guy, and we build it up even more. Well, you know what happened to Tommy Morrison? You didn't take the $25 million. We're going to do some math when it comes to. He fought a guy named Michael Bent on ESPN, $1 million tune-up fight. Should be easy, right? Again, Tommy Morrison's people, stupid. And if you watch the Game of Thrones, you know I'm not a big Stark fan. Stupid like the Starks, okay? You don't turn down $25 million. So he takes a $1 million tune-up fight on ESPN to Michael Bent. He hurts Michael Bent in the first round, tries to knock him out. Bent, I think, was on the ropes. Bent throws a punch off the ropes. Bing! Tommy Morrison on his chin gets hurt. And guess who knocks out who in one round? Michael Bent knocks out Tommy Morrison. Bye-bye, big payday. Moral of the story, a few years later, both fighters no longer hold anything of a title. Lewis had lost to Oliver McCall. I think it was Oliver McCall who beat him, because McCall beat him before Hasim Ratman beat him. And they fought in Vegas. And Tommy Morrison got $5 million, and I think Lennox Lewis got 10 or 8. So let's do the math. Tommy Morrison was offered $25 million to go to England. England's not North Korea, folks. It's England. It's a pretty nice place, right? You're going to go there to fight. Yeah, people are going to want you to lose. You're fighting their favorite son, Lennox Lewis. Who cares? Go there, fight. You win, you win. You lose, but you're $25 million richer after you pay off your expenses to your people in there. Let's do the math. $25 million. Doesn't take the fight. He takes a tune-up fight with Michael Bentt, $1 million. He loses, gets $1 million. Then he fights Lennox Lewis a few years later, $5 million. That's $6 million. Again, nice money. That's $19 million he lost. Had he just gone to England and win or not win, when they did fight, Lewis stopped him 5th or 6th round TKO. Lewis handled him quite easy. So that could have happened 2 years prior for $25 million. Do the math. Never turned down the money. So when they turned down $80 million, again, was that offer really on the table? We don't know. You should never turn down the money. You should always take the money, folks. Boxing is a hurt business. Take the money when you can get it, because there'll be a time you can't do it anymore and no one cares. So I never complain what boxers make. They go in the ring, they could die. It's a simple fact. So I never complain what a boxer makes. I might not be happy with an effort they make, but you think about it. That's just going to the point of the $80 million for the AJ fight. The Artful Gamer, yeah, I get that, but let's not forget how marketable AJ is. New face of boxing, $80 million come from him. AJ, far better boxer than Tyson Fury. Getting off the canvas, I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, in reality, if AJ, who's he fighting next? I forgot. They lined up someone for him. AJ could fight Tyson Fury next. They could fight at a soccer venue. I always say Wembley because I liked when Frank Bruno fought there against Lennox Lewis. Just great atmosphere. The UK crowd, the English crowd, boxing fans, some of the best boxing fans in the world. I love watching fights from. I get Box Nation on my Kindle. You know, I watch like the British Championships and all that. And they have other bigger fights too, but I just enjoy that the atmosphere in England. But I mean, he could still fight if they don't make the money. Tyson Fury's in good shape here when it comes to money. Most likely they rematch with Deontay Wilder. If not, they go to AJ. Go, look, you think you can beat me? I got knocked down twice. What are you afraid of? I'm a big old fat guy. As I remember, he said that to Klitschko. He said, you should be embarrassed. You lost to a fat man out of shape. Well, what do you think I'm going to do to you when I'm in shape? And again, God bless Tyson Fury to come back from his addictions and his depression and his weight gain. Unbelievable. I'm very happy for him. I always like Tyson Fury. Again, he says things that might piss off people, but he has the right to his opinions. I don't think he's mean-spirited with his opinions. He just has his opinions. Dog says, thought he had to fight Bentt first prior to lose. No, they took a tune-up. He didn't want to go to England. He took a tune-up for him. Again, on paper, he should have blitzed Michael Bentt. He was blitzing him. He had him hurt. Bentt, I remember Bentt was on the ropes, and he kind of bounced off the rope. You know, he caught him coming in. He knocked Morrison down, and he knocked him out. And he just swarmed him. So, but you never turn down the money. No, especially if you're... Listen, if your beard's not the best, take the money. Take the money. If you're going to get knocked out anyway, get knocked out for $25 million. Yeah. Getting knocked down from the knockout. Yeah, I didn't think he was getting up in the 12th. I did not think he was getting up in the 12th. No. I thought my prediction of Deontay Wilder winning by KO was correct. That being said, I always thought Fury would give him trouble. The Zombie's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Good friend of the channel. Fury should have won that fight. Fury would have won the fight. I'm not disagreeing with you. If he does not go down in the 12th, he wins a split decision. As the Zombie also says, he had picked Wilder, as I did. I just thought Wilder I go back to the Cunningham fight. Again, when Tyson Fury came over to America, I believe it was the first time they fought at Madison Square Garden on a Saturday. I want to see on NBC or CBS, or I don't think it was ABC. Those are the networks here in the major networks here in the U.S. And Cunningham dropped him, and then Fury would come back to stop him in the 8th, I think. But Fury just again. Cunningham was a blown up cruiserweight, so who's a good fighter. Cunningham, good fighter, cruiserweight and a very good cruiserweight and a solid heavyweight. And I thought that Fury was going to lean more on Wilder when he had the chance, because Wilder, he's a big puncher, but look at his knockouts. They don't come on the inside with short punches. He's winging that right hand. He's catching you at distance. He needs space. He throws wide, long punches. I mean, there might be times he caught someone with an uppercut and hurt them on the inside because he's kind of holding them and kind of doing this, which a lot of boxers do. As Dog Show says, excuse me, Mercer exposed Tommy Morrison. Yeah, brutal stoppage. Who the hell was that? Tony Perez? When Mercer had him pinned in the corner and played pinata with his head. Tommy Morrison. The Zombie says Wilder was scared. I guess he wasn't hungry enough to catch a body on his record. I thought Wilder should have. They got to teach him to shorten his punches up. I get it. He's fought his pro fights. This is the way he fights. But they got to convince him. And again, he has the equalizer though, and he showed it right to the 12th round. I've already said it. He's like Rocky Marciano or any other big. I mean, Rocky Marciano sticks in my head. He could knock you out at any time. His power stayed with him all the time, and the punishment he took to get on the inside and throw punches, regardless of what you think of it, his power is with him. Deontay Wilder. And that being said, I'm a big Marciano and Joe Louis fan. Deontay Wilder's power is always with him. You know, always in the 12th. Again, I don't know how Fury got up. Alan Shaw's joined us in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. As we're just doing a little boxing chat, I watched the Wilder Fury fight for anyone who's joined us. The Zombie says Wilder fights tall, but since Fury, yeah, that's the other thing. Fury's a little taller than him, bigger. Again, Wilder, what do you guys think of his weight coming in at 212? He's done that a couple of times now, really light, but he seems comfortable at that weight. Alan Shaw says he's good, just seen the result. Alan, I watched the fight. I have to be honest with you. I picked Deontay Wilder to win. I thought he was going to win by knockout when I was on my friend T-Dub's channel a while back. I also said I thought Fury would give him a lot of trouble, and if Fury won the fight, it would not surprise me. I just thought that when Cunningham dropped Fury at Madison Square Garden years back, I'm thinking to myself, Deontay Wilder can do the same thing, and he hits a lot harder. Fury I had winning at 8-4 in rounds, but he was knocked down twice, including the 12th and final round, which he got up somehow, and I thought he was out cold. His head hit the can. I was like, he's done, and he got up. God bless him. So I score a fight 1 point if you win the round, and if it's a knockdown, you get an extra point. So without the knockdowns, I had it 8-4 in points, but the 2 knockdowns for Wilder over Fury, and that made it 8-6. I still had Fury winning a close fight. And then I started thinking like a judge, and you can go back to my tweets. Halfway through the fight, I said he's got to pick up the pace. They're going to rob him if he keeps doing what he's doing. They're going to rob him. You know, if Wilder kept doing what he was doing, because there's a knockdown, but if Wilder just kept doing what he was doing, and Fury kept doing what he was doing, I thought they're going to rob him split decision. Again, if Fury doesn't go down in the 12th round, he wins the fight. The judge who has it 113-113 now has it 113-112 for Fury. It's the extra point, the knockdown. The knockdown is what kills him. Fury I thought even with the knockdowns he did well. I had him winning, and I picked Deontay Wilder. I keep saying that because I want everyone to understand. I can watch a fight and say who I thought won, even if I picked the other fighter. And I like both fighters. The Zombie says Fury got rid of the worst champion in boxing history. Absolutely, the Klitschko's were very talented fighters. The brothers Klitschko, boring. Their fights were usually boring. They were very effective at what they did. Distance, jab, right hand, tie you up, move, distance. They took an amateur type of fighting to the pros and they perfected it. So, and they were boring ass fighters. They had a couple of good fights that were exciting. Usually when they lost, because someone tagged them. Motivation Music says Fury was down for 10 seconds, not 9. That's an interesting point. I have to be honest with you. I thought the same thing. I was watching the ref count, and I think the ref said as he hit 9, that's just my opinion, 8 or 9, he asked him, "Are you okay?" And then he continued to count. But you know what? Fury sure knew. He got up. That's an interesting point. I jotted a note down because I have to go back and watch that. I'm watching it going, did the ref just stop his count to ask him if he's okay? Is that what you're talking about, Motivation Music? It looked like the ref actually, he was counting, and Fury's still starting to get up, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And then he goes 9. So. Yep. Okay, that's what he's talking about. That's yeah. He got up. He put his. But you know that's boxing. I'm not gonna quibble with that. It was that ran through my head though. That did ran through. Zombie says he got back up at 9. I mean, he did. You only go off the count. It doesn't. The ref didn't count 10, and that's the way it is. So that's an interesting point because I was watching that going, did he just stop the count for a second? You can't get up at the guy says 8, "Are you okay?" And then 9, and then you get up. You get up at before 10. So, but I had a similar thought on that. I got to go back and watch that. So, enjoyable fight. Crazy. Tyson Fury. He's very outstanding defensive fighter. Outstanding when he comes with his countering. He just needs to do more counter punching. Again, I keep going for the new people who've just jumped in. We're going to end this in a little bit. I'm enjoying talking boxing. I haven't talked boxing in a while on my channel. We're going to get back to some of that stuff again. Tyson Fury, he rolls with the punches nice, right? Great defensive fighter. He, instead of doing that extra roll at times or the defensive move where I don't think he really needs to, he should have come back with a 1-2, maybe a 1 and dig a shot to the body. He was a perfect opponent for him, Deontay Wilder. He throws wide, long, looping punch. He wings everything. Again, go to my Twitter if you want. You don't have to. I said it. They're gonna rob job him. Oh, they're gonna rob him. Comics with Bueller's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Great. If you like comics and you like pleasant people, which you should all like pleasant people, Comics with Bueller. Great channel. Great channel. Hope all is well with you. The Zombie says Fury got in Wilder's head, causing Wilder to have his worst performance of the day. Yes and no. That's part of his game. Yes. You're right. I like Deontay Wilder. He's very amateurish. He backs straight up. He throws winging punches wide and outside. Again, that being said, if he hits you, he's going to hurt you and most likely knock you out. He just throws hard. He's a heavy-handed dude at 212. What's he, 6'4", 212? Again, that's pretty light in my opinion, but I'm not complaining. I like when a guy's in shape. He comes in shape. And again, you have to remember Tyson Fury dropped from 400 pounds with all of his issues he had, and God bless him. And he's never like I would like to see him about 245, but 256. You saw him, 256. Someone might look at him and says, "Oh, he's out of shape." He's not out of shape. He went 12 rounds, moving. Tremendous defensive counterpuncher. I just thought he would use his body weight and strength. He's a physically strong guy. He got up from 2 knockdowns. He's a mentally and physically strong human being, Tyson Fury. Same with Deontay Wilder. I thought in the second half of the fight. I would have liked to seen, again, I picked Deontay Wilder to win. What I think in a rematch, what Fury should do, I think Fury can adapt more in a rematch than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, one-trick pony. He's going to throw the big right hand. And you saw what a skilled fighter made him look foolish. Ortiz is a skilled fighter, but he does not box like Tyson Fury. He might hit a little hard. Doesn't box. He's there to be hit. They gave Ortiz a human punching bag tonight in it was 2 fights prior to the heavyweight championship, because they had the junior middleweight championship after that, where the guy who punched himself out got hit in the body and got knocked out. I'm horrible with names, so I forgot that. So may the force be with you too, my friend. I think Fury can adapt to change up his style a little bit, to be more of an aggressive counter puncher. By that I mean you got to throw a little more. Again, I know he landed more punches. Yeah, I saw the punch stat numbers. Did he win the fight on the judges' scorecards? No. And what killed him is the knockdown in the 12th. On the judges' scorecards, I had him winning. Okay, not my pick of the fight, but I had him winning. So we'll just go to the chat now real quick, and then we'll call it a stream to see what else is going on. If you want to throw out some other things about the Fury-Wilder fight, do you want to see them have a rematch? I'd like to see them have a rematch. Do you think Fury can parlay this draw? Man, imagine him and AJ in Wembley Stadium. They pack that place, make a lot of money. And he can give AJ fits. AJ throws his punches a little more straighter, but very mechanical, AJ. The zombie says Fury just needs to not showboat in the rematch. Yeah, good point. There are times that's my point with the defense. I think he does that a little too. Once he gets the guy off balance, you gotta come back. And he does. I'm not saying, but if he just did it a few more times, there are times he caught Wilder with a couple of good punches, and then he goes into showboat mode. I mean, he did a nice job. You could see he get a little swelling. He was swelling them up a bit. I thought he should work the body a little more. Again, Wilder is not going to fight on the inside. The one thing Wilder will do on the inside, if he's holding you, he'll try to jam the uppercut, whether to the body or to the head, or he might throw a hook. But he doesn't want to fight on the inside. He doesn't know how to fight on the inside. He'll wing punches. Someone winging punches, right? Right? He's winging. You don't want to get hit with him. He hits very hard. But if you step on the inside of that, he is not going to land. You're going to land if you throw short punches. Wilder, Fury can throw short punches. I'm not saying to fight on the inside and stay in his rim. I'm saying every once in a while, rough him up. I thought Fury should have done a little more of that. Again, first half of the fight, they gave him good, solid advice in his corner. Don't get greedy, Tyson. Don't get greedy. Take what you give. He needed to pick up the pace in the second half. I get it. He landed more punches. I get it. I'm just telling you, he needed it. Instead of what the zombie says, showboating a little bit, and doing that extra roll, which he likes to do when he didn't have to. Roll. The guy missed a punch. Spin him. Right? You got him trapped on the rope. Dig a couple of shots to the body and put your hands right in his face. Do that. Make the ref tell you not to do it. Right? Rough him up. Now, if I'm Wilder, and Wilder did try, again, he did try. He backed to the ropes. He tried to con him in. He back up. Because he needs distance. He needs to catch you on the end of the punch. Right? He needs to catch you on the end of his punch. He needs distance. He doesn't know how to shorten up his punches. Every once in a while, he kind of throws a short punch. It's not his thing. He's changing now. What they need to teach him, when he started to do a slightly better, was he threw the hook and left hook a little bit. And that caught Tyson Fury's attention. We had something else to worry about. If I'm in Wilder's corner training him, and there's a rematch, I'm going to teach him, hey, listen, Deontay, feint with the jab. Feint with the right hand. He's going to react. Dig that left to the body. dig the left to the body, right? Feint with the right hand. He's going to react. Don't throw to the head. You've seen his head movement. Tyson Fury has excellent head movement. Feint with the right hand. Or even if you're throwing the right hand, you got to dig that left to the body. You got to. I don't understand how they don't do these things. And I get it. You get hit, things change. But I'm talking about he didn't throw. He threw very few body punches. Same thing with Tyson Fury. You could have roughed him up. Alan Shaw says, do you think AJ would beat either of these two guys? He could. AJ's a big boy, and he hits pretty good. He has a lot of deficiencies, just like Deontay Wilder. Wilder, I think, has more deficiencies. That being said, I think any of these three guys could beat each other. I think Fury gives AJ much more problems than Deontay Wilder. I see Deontay Wilder and Fury, and AJ, a very entertaining fight. I give a slight edge to Deontay Wilder because of his power. AJ has good power too, but what I can say about Deontay Wilder, he's not mechanical. He's amateurish. He backs up wrong. He does this wrong. He does that wrong. He wings punches. AJ can become, he's mechanical at times, you know. And again, that being said, he got rid of one of the most boring champions. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. And that was a good fight. That was one of those entertaining Klitschko fights. That was more because of AJ. And he got up off the deck to knock out Klitschko. I want to see these guys fight each other. I want to see them make good money. But I think Tyson Fury's a horrible matchup for any heavyweight. He boxes very well. He'll go down, he gets up. One of these times you got to watch out, though. Sometimes you don't get up. Sometimes the old chin. I don't know how he got up in the 12th. I thought Deontay Wilder pulled a Mike Weaver when Mike Weaver knocked out John Tate in the 15th with 30 seconds to go, and he was way behind. I was like, oh, wow. That's a great knockout. And he got up. I don't know how he got up. The fortitude. And both guys. But I think if I'm AJ, money fight for him, the big money fight, I'm going to be honest, Fury. They fight in England, Wembley, or pick another soccer, football, another pitch venue. You know, that's the big money fight. The Deontay Wilder, that's a good money fight too. It's a big money fight, but I think him and Fury. I think Fury gives him more. That again doesn't mean AJ can't win the fight. Doesn't mean AJ can't knock out Tyson Fury. Doesn't mean that Fury can't knock out AJ. I think Fury has to be more active with his 2 to 3 punch combinations. And I'd like to see him throw 2 punch combinations and then dig a shot to the body. He's such a big, physically strong guy. Against Deontay Wilder, he should have thrown a 1-2 dig to the body with the left, right? Unless he switched southpaw, which he really didn't. I don't remember him switching southpaw too much at all in this fight. And he'll switch up, you know, which he didn't need to. But so if he's in the orthodox, throw the 1-2 and dig the left to the body, and then just either push Deontay Wilder away or like he did, tie him up, rough him up. He's a big, strong guy. I thought there were times he needed to pick up the pace with the 3-punch combinations or just a lot more 2-punch combinations. And yes, I know he landed more punches. And yes, I know Deontay Wilder landed less. But what Deontay Wilder did, he landed 2 knockdown shots. And my scoring, I had Fury winning. But the officials had it a split decision draw. You got to know, again, go back to my Twitter. There are people, oh, this fight, he's got it. I get it. They're Fury fans. I understand. But they're not looking at it the way those boxing officials are looking at it. I'm not agreeing with the boxing officials. I just seen so many fights. I know the way they think. I called the first Canelo Triple G fight a draw. And that fight sucked. There are people, oh, that was a good fight. It sucked. The second fight, which I watched on replay because I refused to buy the second one after paying money for that crap in the first one. Was a good fight, entertaining. The first fight sucked. And people who sit there, oh, that was a good fight. Well, okay, in your opinion, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. That fight sucked, in my opinion. The first Triple G Canelo fight, please. So the zombie says Wilder versus AJ fight just lost some more of the luster it had after tonight. Yes, but they can regain the luster if they promote it right. I still think it's a big money fight. I think it's a big sell, pay-per-view sell. I'd like to see them come down in the pay-per-view price, $74 to watch that fight. And I think if it was HD, it's $100. I didn't really look at the HD. I had standard, whatever that's called, because I think AJ's got to fight one of these two guys. If I'm AJ, I can get 2 big money fights if I win the first one, right? I mean, who else is out there for these guys? Name a heavyweight. Maybe I'm missing someone. I'm not, I don't follow everything like I used to. There's only certain fighters I follow now. When I could name you the top freaking 20 when I was younger in every freaking weight class. I'm not wasting my time watching another guy. I follow it. I'll read about it. But Adonis Stevenson got knocked out. I saw that knockout. I probably should have watched that. I'm going to watch that on replay. That was a heck of a fight there. Yeah, 29 pounds. HD. They just charge you more for HD. I normally, if I want the fight, I get it in HD. I just didn't feel like paying for HD money. They got to come down a little bit on them. And that being said, it's going to be interesting to see the pay-per-view buys here. I mean, Fury was the draw. Don't be fooled. Tyson Fury was the draw for this fight. Deontay Wilder has his fans. Tyson Fury was the worldwide draw. Okay. Let's not get fooled here. Tyson Fury is the draw. They fight. If Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight in England, AJ has his following, but Tyson Fury, in my opinion, is still the draw. Now AJ holds the cards because he's a champ, but they shouldn't. There's money to be made for all 3 of these guys. Let's just take, before we leave, and again, if you have questions, throw them out. I'll read them. And I appreciate everyone who's in the chat and now still in the chat or before. Alan Shaw, the Zombie, GoldenEye, Comics with Bueller, Motivation Music, The Dog Show, JD, The Artful Gamer, Gino, SRP, Moni G, Daniel Rhino, The Greatest, and Hello Bro, and Sly the Tank, and the original Grognard. So we're going to stay on just a little bit longer. I think that the bigger money, Fury's going to make. If I'm Tyson Fury, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want the rematch with Deontay Wilder. I mean, I want it if I can't get the AJ fight. Because if I'm Tyson Fury, I'm like, I can beat AJ. I can beat Deontay Wilder. I think I beat him. I went down twice, but I think I beat him. Right? I mean, his hands were up at the end of the fight. Deontay Wilder's hands weren't up. That's how you know who won the fight. You just saw the reaction at the end. Deontay Wilder was like, well, I think I lost. I'm not going to say he's going to admit that. I didn't watch the post interview, the interviews after. But watch the reaction at the end of the fight. You could see who thought they won and who thought they lost. I think Wilder was disappointed. Maybe he didn't think he lost, but he was disappointed in his effort. I think he thought that was a knockout. And again, he carries his power to the very end. So you better be on your toes when you're fighting Deontay Wilder. That's what makes him fun to watch. They got to teach the dig body, though. That's just. But if I'm Tyson Fury, unless I get a ton of money from Deontay Wilder in that rematch, or the promoters for that rematch, I should say Wilder, I think I can make more money with AJ. Now, do you think AJ wants to fight Tyson Fury? Who's AJ fighting anyway next? I forgot. If someone can throw that in the chat. AJ makes more money with Tyson Fury than anybody. Even Deontay Wilder. They fight in the UK, England, Wembley Stadium, or another football venue. They fill that place. So either a rematch is cool, and that should be an enjoyable fight. I think Fury, as we're going to end this broadcast, thank you everyone. I think Fury can adapt more than Deontay Wilder. Again, here's my keys in a rematch if they fight. If I'm Tyson Fury's people, I want him to throw 3-punch combinations. I don't want to see a 2-punch combination. I want to see 3-punch combinations. He can do it. 3-punch combinations. After he does this, I don't want to see the extra this or this. I want to see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dig to the body. Tie him up. Push him away. Get your distance. Rinse and repeat. Mix it up a little bit, but I want to see 3-punch combinations. He was incredibly patient in the first fight. He said, take what he gives you, take what he gives you. Sound advice from the Fury corner. From what I heard going on, again, didn't get too much of the corner stuff. They needed to tell him to pick up the pace just a bit. And yes, he landed more punches. I know I keep saying that. I want you to understand. I understand punch net numbers. I can look at statistics. I get it. Did he win? In my book, he won. Did I pick him to win? No. So I picked Wilder. I thought Fury won a close fight. But then you have to think as the box official. And I'm not agreeing with their thinking. I'm just saying think like them. Okay? So if I'm Fury, training Fury in a rematch, 3-punch combinations when you have the opportunity. Work everything off the jab. And on the inside, I want to see him get on the inside a little bit. Because if they fight a rematch, Deontay Wilder is not going to learn how to fight on the inside. The one thing you have to watch out, Wilder will try to throw that uppercut when he's holding on to you or dig a shot to the body. Any fighter will. Because when a fighter throws wide, right, even if he's a big puncher, if you get inside of him, he can't hit you. And you shoot your short punches. And even though Fury's the bigger man, he can shorten up his punches. We've seen it. If he threw 3-punch combinations, if he didn't do the extra rolling, right, and instead throw your combinations instead of the extra roll or do this, he lumps them up more. Okay. Now, if I'm Deontay Wilder in the rematch, got to work on that left hook to the body. Feint with the right hand. If I'm Deontay Wilder, feint with the right hand. Dig the left hook. Because Tyson Fury has that head movement. He has that great upper body movement. Incredible, his defensive skill, right? Okay. You got to dig. You got to feint with the right hand. Or even if you throw the right hand, the body doesn't move like the head. Yeah, he's going to move his torso. You got to dig shots to that body. But why he doesn't? He doesn't like to fight on the inside. Doesn't know how to. Deontay Wilder is very amateurish. His big equalizer, the big right hand. So they got to teach him. The one thing I think they can teach him and they can discipline him, because he trains hard, he tries hard, dig to the body with the left hook as you're coming in. So AU Pack Mules joined us. Says, hey Al, don't think he will survive Wilder in a rematch. Again, Wilder has the go home punch. Even with the 2 knockdowns, I thought my scoring, I give 1 point. I give the rounds. I had it 8-4 in rounds for Fury. Knockdowns, so you get a point for the rounds, you win. And then I give an extra point for knockdown. So my scoring was 8-6 Fury. And again, if you give a round the other way, you have a draw. Possibly. Right? And they had one judge. I give you the scoring. Again, I don't have the judges' names, nor do I care. One judge gave it to Wilder, 115, 111. That's 4 points. That's tough for me to see, but that's what happened. The judge gave it to Fury by 2, 114, 112. And the judge that gave it even, 113, 113. So obviously, if Fury does not go down in the 12th, he wins the fight by split decision. And they're going to have a rematch, and they're going to make more money. And good for them. Good for them. So I enjoyed the fight. It was entertaining. I think if I'm Tyson Fury, if I don't get the money I want, if I'm Tyson Fury, is Frank Warren his manager? Promoter. I think Frank Warren's his promoter. Anyway, whoever his promoter is it Frank? It's not Eddie Hearn. I don't think Eddie Hearn manages promotes Tyson Fury. He has AJ. Yeah, he doesn't have both of them. So if I'm his promoter, I'm negotiating with both AJ's people and Deontay Wilder's people. Again, understand the draw is not Deontay Wilder. He's not the draw. Tyson Fury's the draw in this fight, in a rematch. It's just fact. He has the bigger personality. He has the following worldwide, especially obviously in the UK. And I'm negotiating with both AJ's people and Deontay Wilder's people, and whoever's going to give me more bang for my buck, that's who I'm signing that fight with. Wilder needs. I don't think he's going to get the AJ fight, so he needs a rematch. I don't know if there's a rematch. There should be a rematch clause. There was a rematch clause. They said if Tyson Fury won. So let me see real quick. They're going to fight a rematch. It's a draw. It's a controversial draw. Of course, you're going to fight a rematch. But let's just see. In a competitive fight in which Tyson Fury was nearly stopped in the 12th, Deontay Wilder retained by a split decision draw. They don't mention. I have to assume, obviously, champion retains the title with a draw. I do know they said if Tyson Fury, and I read it, if he won, there was a rematch clause for Deontay Wilder. The only way Deontay Wilder doesn't fight Tyson Fury in a rematch, in my opinion, is if he gets the AJ fight. Or if something else pops for a lot more money. And I don't see that. There's no other heavyweights. Again, AJ fought the guy, was it from New Zealand? Peters? And Peters fought well. They did not give that guy the rounds he deserved in the AJ fight. No, they didn't. And again, had he been a little more active, but again, they didn't give him the rounds. See, it works both ways. I can't think of it. I want to say it's Peters or Peterson from New Zealand or Australia. A good fighter. Yeah, and he gave AJ fits, and I watched that fight, and I watched it over. They just did not give him the rounds that he deserved. That was a lot closer fight than the scorecards had it, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure I remember it correctly. So, alrighty, we are now at 2:35 a.m. in the morning in the United States of America, East Coast time. So, unless someone else has any more questions or your final thoughts, thank you to everyone who joined us in this after chat for the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. Spoiler alert, it was a draw. One judge gave it to Wilder, one judge gave Fury, and one judge had it even. The knockdown did cost Fury in the 12th. Had he not been knocked down, he would have won a split decision. Do the math. Instead of 113-113, the judge who had a draw, it would have been 113-112 for Tyson Fury. It had to have been, because the knockdown made it even. Because Deontay Wilder was behind on his card. So the knockdown saved Deontay Wilder. And how Tyson Fury got up, I don't know. Tremendous fortitude. I thought he was out when he hit the canvas. I think there'll be a rematch. Just to sum up my thoughts, I had it 8-4 for Fury, but with the 2 knockdowns, I had it 8-6 in points. I've already explained my point system. If you don't know, you win the round, you get 1 point. You get a knockdown, that's an extra point. 2 knockdowns, obviously another extra point. So I had it 8-6 in points for Fury. Also, I had picked Deontay Wilder to win the fight many months ago on What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub, his boxing channel, when I was on with him. If I'm Tyson Fury, he needed to be more active in the second half of the fight. I know he landed more punches. I know the other guy, Wilder, missed more punches, and Fury's a very good defensive fighter, though he did go down twice. He shouldn't have, he does that extra roll, in my opinion, for no reason. That extra shimmy sham should have been throwing a 1-2 and a third punch dig to the body. So I think Tyson Fury's in good shape now. He can negotiate with both AJ's people. His people can negotiate with AJ's people and Deontay Wilder's people. And whoever gives him the most money, that's who you should fight if you're Tyson Fury. In a rematch, Deontay Wilder needs to work on that left hook to the body, feint with the right hand, throw the left hook to the body, and then you give Tyson Fury something else to think about. If you watch the fight, the few times it was towards the end of the fight, I think he hit him after the halfway point with a couple of decent left hooks. It gave him something to think about. You know, I'm not saying Wilder won the fight. In my eyes, he didn't win the fight. I'm just saying the left hook gave Tyson Fury something else to think about. So that's, I think Tyson Fury can adapt more than Deontay Wilder in a rematch. That being said, he could get knocked out. He almost got knocked out. Alrighty. So if anyone has any more final thoughts, and if not, we'll call the stream. And joining us now is John St. Baptiste. Check out that great channel. I don't do it justice when I try to explain. Very knowledgeable, John St. Baptiste. Not just about music, about lots of things, but he has that passion for music. I love listening to John St. Baptiste talk about. He comes up with playlists and he tells you his feelings about the playlists. It's very interesting. It's very good. So John St. Baptiste, if you don't subscribe to that channel, please do so, along with AU Pack Mule and a lot of the other content creators in our community. He says, at home from work and I feel like I've been beaten with a bag of bricks, but I saw that you are streaming. Just saying hi. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, any final thoughts? I'm glad you're home from work, John. Get some rest. And did you finish up that book? The Game of Thrones book. We need a book review. So, any final thoughts on the Fury Wilder fight? Spoiler alert, it was a draw. It was an entertaining fight. It was a draw. My opinion, bad decision. I had Fury winning. I had picked Deontay Wilder via knockout late in the fight. Almost got it. Almost got it. But it was an entertaining fight. So I think Fury's in the best position between the three fighters, Fury, Wilder, and AJ, because I think he's the draw. So, and with that, we'll give one more second. As John St. Baptiste says, rest well, friends. Alrighty. So thank you very much. Till next time, health and happiness. Watch out for that big left hook or big right hand in case of Deontay Wilder. And God bless. Take care. Tell the ones you love them each and every day. Give them a hug, a kiss. Never know when you're not going to be able to do it again. Boy, you're going to miss that. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. And most of all, you know what's coming, folks. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.